A pleasant Tuesday morning to you. Welcome once again to Untengle on the Bridge 99 FM. A very special morning to you, Richie. Have yourself a wonderful day. Up and Go team, have yourselves a wonderful day also. And for those joining us, however you've joined us, whether on the frequencies or on the internet, however you've joined us, thank you so very much for joining us on the Bridge 99 FM. And we have live inside the studio my special guest this morning, and we did tell you Ashauni Daniel Granville is his name. Welcome to the studios of the Bridge 99 FM.
Good morning to you and good morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself. You have a very interesting journey. And for all those who are in the inner cities, for those who are raising children in the inner city, this is a wonderful success story. And this is the kind of story that tells you that no matter where you are, no matter what is happening, just keep it positive all the time. So let us talk about your early days, and then we get into all the successes after that.
No problem.
Let's go. So you're originally from?
I'm originally from the Seaview Gardens community, Kingston 11.
I want to say morning to Kingston 11, and the schools that you attended and the journey that you took during that early stage of your life.
Okay, so I lived in the Seaview Gardens community up until the age of 4 or 5 thereabout. I attended the basic school in the Seaview Gardens community. However, most of my other schooling was outside of that region, as at the age of 4 or 5 thereabout, my mother, my single mother, moved with me to the community of Alexandria in St. Anne. So that's primarily where I grew up. However, Seaview Gardens has been very much influential in my life because it is the era in which my aunts are. That's where basically I spent most of the summers. It has been interesting living within that community.
I usually ask people who grew up in the country, what was it like to transition into Kingston? But I'm going to ask you, although you left when you were pretty young, I'll ask you, what was that experience like living in Alexandria St. Anne with your mother? And then you said summers you went to Seaview.
Yes.
What was that like for you? And what lessons did you learn in both spaces?
Well, in both spaces, I would say that what struck me the most was the fact that I had an interesting journey. I got the opportunity to see what country life was like, and I got the opportunity to see what Jamaicans term the inner city, the good and the bad. They were very interesting days, so to speak. However, one thing that I am grateful for is the fact that I always had positive influences around me. And on that note, I couldn't come on here without saying, hi, Miss Hopi. That's my mother. My apologies.
You apologies? You better.
Yes. So I always had good influences around me, positive influences. So notwithstanding some negative influences that were very notable within the community, it was primarily peaceful, and it was a lot of life lessons. There were hardships around, but one thing that I admired about the people of Kingston 11 and Seaview Gardens in particular is the amount of drive that they have journeying towards wanting better for themselves in economic circumstances, education-wise. I really admire the spirit of the community.
I'm so very happy that you said that, because people who don't know what it means to live in the inner city sometimes have very negative opinions of the inner city. And there is inner city life and there is inner city life. And one of the things that I didn't grow in the inner city, but I visit the inner cities all the time. And one of the things that I'm always impressed about is the unity of the people. I mean, I know there are negatives. I know there are people who, envious and covetous, and you find that everywhere.
Everywhere.
Right. But there is also a kind of unity that you don't find everywhere.
Yes. We pretty much inner city communities understand that especially when you find that individual or a group of individuals of value, primarily children, they are to be cherished, notwithstanding the negatives that are around them. Inner city communities, they understand that, listen, you can identify that talent from a very young age. That is something to be cherished and to be admired. I've always found it ironic. I would say, probably I'm being a bit full of myself here, but about 25% of all dancehall artists and success stories, you can attribute them to their growing up in the Kingston 11 Seaview Gardens era. Go ahead, do the count. We have
is this a challenge?
in the Seaview Gardens era,
Yeah.
we have an era that they call Shabba Road. You have Dapper Road.
But King Jammy's presence alone.
Well,
He-
that goes without saying. I mean, King Jam is. I know about the dancehall era. Although that's the time that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So King Jammins, the Beenie Man, and the influences around Bounty Killa, Shabba Ranks,
Is Kingston 11 Waterhouse?
Waterhouse, and the Seaview Gardens era.
It's the
Some
same
sections of
Kingston
Waterhouse.
11.
Yes.
So we can't leave out Black Uhuru if
Well-
we're going to say Kingston 11.
I mean, they got a Grammy, right?
Yeah, first Grammy.
Okay, there we go.
First Grammy.
So-
All right. So, all right. Make we stop short for Kingston 11 now, please, and thank you very much. All right. So let's move on now. So you went to school both in the corporate area and also outside of the corporate area. Tell us about that and how did it lead you to study or to have the discipline that you have?
Well, to be honest, there's not a lot of memory concerning what I did in terms of scholarly in the early days in the Kingston 11 community. What I do know for sure though is that I learned 2 times. I learned how to read. I learned those basic skills in the Kingston 11 era before even moving on to the community of Alexandria and St. Ann. So that I interpret that as meaning that there must have been some positive influences, and I'm sure that I am not the only one who experienced that.
So you went to Knox and you also went to Excelsior Community College.
Yes.
And you got an award from the community college for you were a recipient of the Spirit of Excelsior Award for exemplary citizenship. Tell us, what is the Spirit of Excelsior Award, and then tell us what exemplary citizenship were you awarded for?
Okay, so the Spirit of Excelsior Award is awarded to multiple individuals throughout the year, primarily to students who have demonstrated not just academic discipline, but they have been good citizens in the eyes of the community college. So it would have been awarded to individuals like myself, Mr. Reid, and a few others. Some of the names you might not be so familiar with, but we were given this award because of the fact that we were involved in student life beyond the normal academics. Some have excelled in sports. That's a good thing. Some excelled in terms of the representation that they give the community college. Reid, who I mentioned previously, he and I, on the very same year that we got that award, he and I were on the same debate team where we came third in a competition to the University of West Virginia, who went on to win the competition. So we have been involved in debates. We have we also edit and manage the Excelsior Eagle, the school newsletter, as well as the fact that outside of school, I participated in the National Youth Parliament. I was trying to convince him, but he didn't. And the other projects and initiatives, such as the treat that they have every Christmas for the elderly within the Mountain View area, as well as the fact that the SOS Children's Village.
We're going to come to the SOS Children's Village because I realize that that's probably your baby. Let me call it your baby for now. All right, but before we get there, though, your discipline is finance, right? Tell us about that. I can't talk too much about that because I don't know too much about them. There's something there, but tell us why finance? Why did you choose that as your discipline?
Um, to be quite honest, I chose that as my discipline going forward at the age of 25. Because I was fortunate enough to start working within the area. So my first job was at CIBC. So having landed in that area, despite the fact that I had an interest in the area of law, given the love that I developed for it, I just decided that, you know what, I'm going to continue within this discipline.
Okay, all right. And you still doing that?
Yes.
You're still involved?
Yes.
All right, at what level?
Well, I'm a finance professional now at the National Land Agency. So I've been there for just about 14 months. Before that, I was at the Ministry of Labour, where I was doing government accounting as well. And before that, I was at the Accountant General's Department. So this is my third MDA. For those who might not be so familiar with the terminology, that means ministries, departments, and agencies.
You seem to love to work with government. Why government?
Because government offers the opportunity to positively influence the direction in which people's lives are headed. So I like the fact that if the government comes in, all right, we all know about the PASS program. There are many Jamaicans who can testify, myself included, that had it not been for PASS, a lot of parents would have struggled and would not have been able to, fend for themselves and their children. So that's a government program. It's a positive government program. And when these programs are implemented, they have the opportunity to truly transform the lives of persons who face economic hardship.
Excellent answer. Wonderful answer. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. I get it. You don't have to say another word. I get it. All right. So I guess this is why you have interest in institutions like the SOS Children's Village. What attracted you to start working with the SOS Children's Village?
To be honest, there are two reasons. The first reason was because when I just moved to the community of Stony Hill, that was just about 7-8 years ago, I didn't know anybody in the community. And then when I started attending church, I got to know some of the individuals. So one of my early roommates happened to be a young lady who was from that area. Another good friend of mine, Omar, I won't call your last name, but he himself is a product, so to speak, of the SOS Children's Village. And I've admired the fact that I've never seen them as being victims. I've always seen them as being persons who are either going through a struggle with the aim of getting out, or persons who are they're growing.
Yes.
Despite whatever they are going through now, they are growing individuals. So I admire the fact that I don't know any person from SOS Children's Village who I would say is a victim.
That's something that, you say you admire that about them. And although there are real victims out there, and we don't want to belittle that experience, I clearly get what you mean. And coming from someone who could have thought of themselves as a victim, I get you even clearer that that is what would have attracted you. And what are some of the things that you've done with the SOS Children's Village?
Well, the work would have started around 2017 when the Excelsior Community College has mandated that all students would have to indulge in social work. So it started primarily because I had to do that project. Many persons, not myself included, but many persons would have looked at it and said that, you know what, this is a burden to have to do this on top of your academic disciplines. But when I got involved, and I only had to do one project, But despite the fact that I got involved and I saw certain projects taking place, I continued to indulge in as many projects as I possibly could. And it was very interesting. On one of the occasions that we went to the SOS Children's Village, which is pretty much a walking distance from my home, and I saw familiar faces because a lot of the residents attend the church that I visit.
Which church is that?
Bethel United Church.
Baptist Church?
No, Apostolic.
Okay.
It's in the Stone Hill area.
Okay.
Yes. So I saw familiar faces, and in our interaction with the children, they were very much individuals who were in high spirits. Yeah. So one thing that got to me though, we were doing this project in about October, November, and one of the male residents said that he's happy that we came because what he's fearful of is the fact that the stores were running down. And it was then that I inquired and I realized that in the vast majority of instances, there are the stores were empty throughout the year. But when it was coming down to Christmas, when it was coming down to New Year's, Easter, the holidays in particular, persons were more willing to give in that time frame. However, during the rest of the year, they were pretty much left at the mercy of other individuals.
Too much Santa.
So a lot of Santas are not only in the Christmas time.
Oh my goodness. You know, as I listen to you, I know that life can be a journey and a struggle. And let me ask you this. Is there any mindset that you had to, that challenged you, any prejudices that you had to overcome, hurdles that you had to cross while you were on this journey, especially as a young man who originated from poverty, not wealth?
Yes. There are many.
I can imagine.
There are many. I don't even know where to start in terms of that one.
The most memorable.
The most memorable, to be honest, was actually at the age of 16. When I'm not certain how it is now, but certainly at that time, the Student Loans Bureau would have had the standard that you would have needed 2 guarantors in order to receive a loan. And at that time, it's my understanding that a parent could not stand as a guarantor. So I had the unfortunate experience of not being able to find even one. I mean, at 16 years old, I had already graduated 5th form. And I found it ironic that 16 is the age of consent. At 16, I have graduated 5th form, and I was now looking for one of 2 opportunities. It was going to be advancement, continued advancement education-wise, or I was going to try to enter the world of work. At 16, you can't get a NIS. So I was unable to go into the world of work. I got acceptances from UE, from UTech, from Knox Community College, from NCU, and yet still I was burdened by the fact that I could not see an economic way out, how to pay to advance myself in academics.
Mm-hmm. And this is because you just never had anybody around you who would stand as a guarantor.
Who would stand as a guarantor.
And
I needed 2 and I wasn't able to find one.
And there are qualifications that the guarantor has to have for them to stand as a guarantor.
Yeah.
And nobody around you had those qualifications.
Well, I had a few persons who had those qualifications. You see, the struggle is twofold, because in the event that you are actually able to find an individual who would be able to stand a guarantor, unfortunately, that person might not necessarily have
Want
the
to.
will. So
All right. I could sit here and talk to you. I keep looking at that clock because I could sit here and talk to you all day. As we close off now, I know there are young people, particularly here in Jamaica, and particularly, again, those within communities that are not considered to be rich communities, not necessarily inner city, but, whichever communities these are. What would your advice be to one of these young people trying to find their way out of a difficult situation?
my advice would be to make a start at something, work at it diligently with your goal in mind. See, sometimes we start in an area, in a field, with what we consider disadvantages. It's not the ideal circumstance, but life dealt you a hand, and it makes no sense that you try to wish that the circumstances were different, because
They aren't.
they aren't going to change.
Right.
So whatever circumstances, whatever hand life has dealt you, work with it and try to create the future and the life that you really want
From there.
from there.
Wonderful advice. Wonderful talking to you. It's just wonderful to talk to people like yourself, who perhaps others would not have thought would have been, such a success, such a decent individual. And there's so many more of you that we would just love to unearth, to talk with. And here you are today looking so dignified and
Oh, thank you.
handsome, and you've made a success of your life. And I'm sure there are other things that you want to do. May I just use the opportunity to say congrats. And keep it up. Keep up the work. And one of the best ways to inspire people is by your own life. Keep it up. You're inspiring people that you don't even know.
Thank you.
Most welcome. So you're going to walk back to work, huh?
Well, I'm actually going.
Driving back to work.
No, going to school.
Are you going to school?
Yeah, I'm supposed to pick up my last academic award. So
Oh, wonderful. Beautiful. So you're going there now.
to school and then back to work.
Why I asked if you're going to walk back to work is because I was told that you work nearby.
Yes.
So that's why I say walk back to work. Lovely meeting you. Nice talking to you. And have a wonderful rest of your life.
Thank you. And same to you as well.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. I love these interviews. Wonderful. So this is Ashauni Daniel Granville, and he's a past student of Knox College, and he is originally from Seaview Gardens. I didn't know you left when you were so young, but it's obvious you carry that community in your heart, and that makes us feel so very good, because some people don't. So he's originally... Yes, so he's originally from Seaview Gardens, left when he was 4, but kept visiting back and forth because of relatives, right? Yeah. So, and he is also a past student of the Excelsior Community College and a recipient of the Spirit of Excelsior Award for exemplary citizenship. And there is so much more that we could say, but time does not allow. So another time, when we have a different forum where time allows, we're going to invite you back again.
No problem.
All right? We're going to take a break.
But Mama,
yeah.
But just before you go to
yes
the music,
yes,
you need to hear a special truth. So yes, we had a little glitch, but you need to hear this one.
Okay. All right. So
the truth, no, the truth.
Look at the beauty in her eyes when she smiles. A glow that shines like the sunrise. Every 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. when it's daylight saving time. The truth is, she was to be ringed with gifts and wishes on her birthday. But it was Good Friday, and Untengle only airs on the station Tuesdays and Thursdays. And boy, she lives far away. But the truth is, every day working with her is a gift to me and this station, bridging the gap between the classic generation and the youths. Keep untangling the truths. Keep untangling you. Happy belated birthday, Mama Elise.
The truth, no, the truth. Why them hide it from the youth? was mother family and it can be you. Down today, you was mother will love.
That's so sneak. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank you so very much. You're using Richie Clark.
No.
Oh my goodness, I did not. Can I tell you something?
Beauty for a beauty.
Thank you very much, my darling. Let me tell you something about this orchid. I have been visiting this garden center for about 3 weeks now. And every time I look on the orchid, I say pretty, but I can't. I cannot afford it. It said pretty, oh, but I'm going to wait until it go on sale. Yes. And you know, I tell you something about the universe and the Most High. Here's our thoughts, you know. Here's our thoughts because, oh, thank you so very much.
So that is from your producer.
This is from Vaughn.
I wonder who's your producer?
I don't know. Him kind of tallish. And I think he on black shirt today. On black shirt today. Oh my goodness. Vaughn,
So, yeah.
thank you so. You know I love flowers, right?
Yes, I know.
I jump up. My plans, one of the reasons I jump up in the mornings to make sure them hydrated. Oh my goodness. So now I don't have to afford it.
It's not you one, it's not for you to talk to our plant.
You have to talk to them.
Yes, I talk to them and them have name. I will name She the Bridge. I have to name her the bridge. So. Guys, thank you so much. Only there looking at I know was part of that, you know. All you, me know say only did part of that, and I thank you so very much. This really made my day. Vaughn, you know. Them call this one my son, you know. And everybody know why, right? Thank you very much, my son. God bless you. Bless you all. Thank you so very much. Nice. Wow. Well, I'm not allowed to bawl on radio, so I can't bawl, but thanks. Okay, so it's now that time in the afternoon.
Connection right now. Now waste no more time.
Yeah,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Beauregard. How are you?
How are you doing today, Mama Kelly? Happy belated birthday.
Thank you so very much.
Yes, indeed. How was your weekend? How did you spend your birthday?
Wonderful. I had a wonderful birthday, and I just got the icing on the cake a while ago. You you see this on the table here, on the console. Wait,
yes. Yes.
Look good.
Nice.
I just got this one from the Untengle staff.
That is your color too.
That's my color too. And can I tell you something? Let me lift it up that you can see the real purple. Da-da.
Nice, nice.
And
nice.
can I tell you?
Well
Orchids are my favorite potted plant. So I'm really very, very thankful to Vaughn. Vaughn is the one who cook up this, you know. Vaughn, producer Vaughn, and the entire staff.
Yeah, man, it's a very good look. It's a good gesture. Happy belated birthday. But Mama Kelly, that's all that was presented to you?
That's all?
No, all like that. That can't be all like Mama Kelly.
No,
There's
you
no
mean
way.
No, you mean for the whole weekend?
No, according to what I know.
Yeah.
That's not all that's supposed to be there right now on that table.
Well, I don't know what you know. But in the meantime, you remember I was telling you last week Thursday that I love road trip. Mm-hmm. Well, we take a road trip, go on the grill. I mean, since COVID, I've not been to the grill. The grill is a place where I always go. Since COVID, me don't go. And me go. We go on a nice little road trip. And it was lovely. So I did that. And then, when last you come to Jamaica and go to Port Royal?
I haven't been to Port Royal in years. The last time I was there was in Negril.
Oh, okay.
I heard somebody like some chocolate cake.
Oh my good! Hey,
Surprise.
You can't tell Beauregard. Beauregard can't keep secret, you know. You know, say Beauregard cannot keep secret. Oh, thank. Let me move this. What? No, put it over here, Julie. Over here. No, Beauregard was hinting. You know, I never know nothing about this. Here, Beauregard. It's not only that supposed to be on the table.
Was I too early? I don't
Of
know if I was
course,
too early or,
you
or
cannot.
somebody was too late.
Look here, you're too early. But can I say?
On behalf of the entire Bridge 99 FM family,
Oh my
management
goodness.
and all,
Oh,
Accept this
wow.
cake.
Oh,
Your
this
favorite
is
chocolate cake.
Yes, I love chocolate cake.
Nice.
I love
And
chocolate
the
cake.
Irie Jam Radio.
Oh, that's why Bori got him jump up. Is that alone supposed to step on the
We
table?
all want to wish you a very happy belated birthday greeting and to let you know how we all love you here and appreciate your presence with us.
Thank you so
I
much,
hope you
my love.
enjoyed the day.
Thank you so very much. And can I just say, I feel that love. I really do. When I come in, you always. And I love that. So, yes. So, for those watching and viewing, this is real. And I just want to say thank you very much to the entire Bridge 99 FM staff. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I really do appreciate that. And the next time, we don't have any secret. Don't tell Bori.
Mama Kelly, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Vaughn wants to sing happy birthday for you.
Ah, Cavell. This Cavell. No.
Vaughn would love to sing happy birthday
Vaughn
for
say
you.
him no know nothing about that.
Everybody have
All right, so everybody are going to sing. Everybody are
Oh
going to sing.
my goodness.
Everybody is going to sing.
Oh my goodness.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday, dear mama.
Happy
birthday to you.
Oh, don't say the other line. No, how old are you now?
16.
Oh, 16. Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Well, thank you very much. Can I tell you something, Beauregard? Yes. You think you give me trouble? Damn ya. Me believe you. I really love coming to work because of these guys. They just like how you see them behaving here now, that's how they are. Any day me come inside there and Cavell no give me no trouble, me know say something gone wrong. Something wrong. So Sarah they sing happy birthday, but I know her present to me is more trouble. I mean like that. Cause when she give me trouble, me know she good.
Yes.
Me know say she good. Just so thanks again.
Yeah,
Thanks
man. Bless
so
up
much.
to the entire staff there at the Bridge 99 FM, and on behalf of the whole Irie Jam family also, we say, happy birthday to you and many, many more.
Thank you so very much, my love. Yeah. So, I'm telling you about Saturday now. So Saturday when I come in from Port Royal, because I want to say enough respect to Niney, who had a nice luncheon at Port Royal for us. And a sister of mine, Bridget Ruben, has a birthday right before mine. So he had a luncheon for both of us, and it was so beautiful. So coming home now, Beauregard, reach a Duns River now, I may say, nice, me soon reach home. Soon reach home. That was about 9:30 thereabout. Can I tell you what time I eventually reached home? Minutes after 1 o'clock in the morning. Can I tell you why? Because the whole of Kingston come out, Ochi come block up the whole I road them.
Oh,
Party.
yes, I heard.
You heard about it?
Yes.
Look here. Look here. It's like we hardly said Jamaica lean because me tell you say the Kingston people lean it up. Me say it took some people 5 hours to get home just on that stretch, just on that road that Duns River on. That road alone do it.
Jamaica fully open up.
Look here.
Fully open up.
It's as though the people them just could not wait, to party.
You took the words out of my mouth. They could not wait.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. I seen some of those videos on social media with people just sitting in their cars. They had nothing better to do. They came out, started videoing and, just showing the traffic on the whole thing that was taking place.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah. It was mad. And I couldn't wait to see what it was that was holding up the traffic. Because at one stage I was wondering if it's accident. But I said, no man, accident can't take so long. Right. Me say we fall asleep in the car. When a time for move because the traffic sometimes it would take all 15 minutes and it don't move. So during them 15 minutes everybody falls asleep in for them car. Fast asleep in the car. And the only way me know no that time for move
oh man,
I've never experienced that before.
And to be honest with you, people are looking forward to so much more things to come. We might see this again in the next coming weeks. People are just happy to be outside now, and hopefully everybody got home safe and, you know, no injuries or
Well, we
no-
didn't hear of
nothing.
anything like that. And can I just tell you, the policemen on the road, for them were cut out for them. But some of them come home on the car and them knock on the window and them drive up now because them know someone fast asleep.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
It's crazy. I believe it. I saw the videos, you know, so big ups there. What event was it, by the way? Was it Sands or something like that?
That's how you go.
Yeah.
What it was?
Pearly Beach.
It was at the Pearly Beach.
Sands.
Sands.
Yes.
At the Pearly Beach. But then, you know, when I passed, I realized that, hey, whoever put on the event, they still in the account no money. But remember, boy,
That can't count.
no, that can't count. Me I
can't
tell you.
count for those.
Me say, car, when you last car, the place ram up. So the police have hand full because them have the people, the patrons who go into Pearly Beach, then have the people on the road where wait and can't pass. Their hands were, and then it was raining, put on top of it.
Wow.
The rain never stopped the people them.
And I saw even an up close video of VIP, the VIP. Somebody posted and said this is VIP, and it just looked mad and crazy, you know. But at least they had people in place trying to, you know, usher the crowd in a safe matter. But it's just the matter of the people them crowding up around the entrance. But I guess it went off how it was supposed to in terms of getting as much people in the venue as they could. So we're not hearing of any incidents following the show or anything like that. So that's a good thing.
Right, I'm not hearing about that. But when I finally woke up Sunday, because of course you know tired. So when I finally woke up Sunday, then on my WhatsApp page now, all the thing them who one of my sister in Bev, who is she has a beauty shop. She was saying that she her last customer was at I think 6 o'clock, left her at 6 o'clock, and WhatsApp her to tell her that she never reached home till 5 the morning. So can you imagine the only regret I have is that me not have shares not with the thing name Sands. It's Sands. Boy.
Well, it sounds like you had a despite all of that, Mama Kelly, you had a wonderful birthday.
I
can
really
we say?
did. I
Yes.
really did. And I just want to say thanks to everyone who made it special, including you guys. You guys were literally the icing on the cake.
Thank you very much. You know, speaking of birthdays, I'm happy that you enjoyed your birthday, but I would love to share a story with you about someone else's birthday.
Go ahead.
And it's about a man from Kentucky who is suing his employer for throwing him a birthday party he didn't want. And now they owe him $450,000. It says that a Kentucky man took his employer to court after they threw him a birthday party he didn't want, and the jurors, they sided with him. They're saying that the man suffers from anxiety attacks, and because of the birthday and all the attention that was put on him, he started to having those panic attacks, and he took them to court.
No.
And they actually awarded him $450,000.
Oh my goodness. That's I don't know whether to call that sad or
And the employer fired him after the party.
oh my God.
I believe that they fired him after the party
mercy.
because of how he reacted at the party. You know, and he had warned them earlier because he had seen them doing it for other employees, and he told them that he didn't want anything like that. But they went ahead and threw him a surprise party. And
Well, that's where they made their mistake.
Yeah.
If he told them that he didn't, you know something, we were talking last week about how some people are sensitive to certain issues, and we need to respect that. And here is a perfect example.
Yes.
Because if he told them that he has anxiety issues are real, you know. You know, so for somebody who is an extrovert, they may not understand that this is real.
it's
So
a sort of a disability. Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for somebody who is an extrovert, they might be thinking, come on, get over it. No. It's real. It's sad that it ended up that way though. Because these people, I can imagine suing the British. Oh my God, I would feel like,
For bringing in your orchids.
oh my God. How dare you give me chocolate cake? I mean,
They're saying that this man, he was called into the office the next day and confronted and criticized for his behavior about the panic attacks, and they told him to take a few days off, and in those few days they ended up firing him.
So it was
he took them to court and he won.
So it was his employers who had to give him that $450,000.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
150,000 went to back pay or something like that, and 300,000 went to his suffering from the anxiety attacks.
Oh my goodness! It's just sad because all right, him get the money, that don't help with him panic attack. And it certainly don't help with the relationship he has had probably for years with his colleagues. Oh, that's just so sad. You guys, I don't throw a party for me. But you see, if you do, God, no. Me not so. That's sad in Beauregard.
Yes. Why some of the things when you see people go court for in America, it's crazy, Mama Kelly. Some things where I see people get taken to court for.
I think that's weird. That was a little much, though. I understand how you felt, and perhaps him could have just whispered to somebody saying, nah, go. But to carry them to court, I think that's where the public came down the heaviest on him.
But I think in the whole situation, he was on his way to like his lunch break, and they were in the lunchroom waiting for him. So I don't think he knew about it. It was like a surprise thing, so he never even get the chance to say him now go. But the thing that he did in advance was to warn them that he doesn't want it.
Can I tell you something, though? We're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. All right, when we take a break, we'll come back. But you know that we're going to talk to smart kids when we come back.
Yes.
But things like those, you have to, you really just have to be honest about things like those. You see, surprise party, me don't like them, there's something they need, Don't surprise me. Don't surprise me. Don't surprise me. If you see them something here, me love them something here. You see, when me I drive go home today, now me go put the cake in the front seat. Definitely front seat.
The seat belt. Strap in.
No sense, Me don't know what we're going to tell you so far. You say, put on your seat belt, darling.
Yeah, oh, Kelly, you can't afford to go eat your brakes and slide off right. Some of them think that Mama Kelly put food on the front seat and eat the brakes and the food they are ground. Everything that's
we say, good idea. Beauregard say, seat belt up you. Yeah. Me say, Vaughn, wait for we take a break. We're going to take a break. No, Vaughn, no.
Keep connected.
So if you've just joined us, we have live inside of the studio Omar SMARTKID Currie, and we just want to welcome him to the studios of the Bridge 99 FM, and we also want to welcome our Irie Jam radio listeners and viewers, and of course we also have a co-host, and that's Beauregard, and he's the co-host with me, and on the Irie Jam, he is the host of the Corporate Hour, and we're also streaming live to the Tri-State as we speak, right? So, welcome. So, here he is, Beauregard. This is SMARTKID. I'm sure you've seen SMARTKID records.
Bless. Give thanks,
Yes.
Yeah, man, give thanks and bless up the world, you see what I mean?
All right, perfect. All right. First thing, just tell us a little bit about yourself in terms of how you entered the music business, because I know you have an interesting story. Let's talk about that.
All right. First, I have to give all praise to the Almighty and, give thanks, just to be here and just to have this interview. It is very personal, you see what I mean? And in addition to that, starting out in the music industry, it wasn't an easy task, but personally, going to school, is like we've been doing things and in respect of our journey in terms of knowing our purpose, that guide us in terms of what, because just as how the physical body itself need good food to provide energy, that's how the spiritual body itself need good words to really motivate it. So music, I get connected like that in terms of listening good music, like from Bob Marley, Garnet Silk, and the movements with my brother Dan in terms of how everything go. But that's where it all started, and from there, here am I now. You see what I mean? But in the process, you will hear more as we go further in the interview.
Okay, so this young man was actually one of my son's best friends.
And still.
and they dreamed music. Yeah. And what Currie is doing now is what they've been dreaming about from ever since.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know that this is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
So Beauregard has a few questions for you too.
Oh, sure.
Yes, man. Bless up, Omar.
Give
Big up
thanks.
yourself.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
Let me ask you, where in Jamaica did SMARTKID Records company get its start?
All right, first, it all started in the mind, but respectfully, we're located in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine there. That's where we have our recording studio there, which, you know, we equipped to do vocal recording, mixing, and etc. And the list goes on, you know? Yeah.
Right.
And,
Go ahead.
And what made you decide to pursue a career in artist management? I heard Mama Kelly mention that you also manage artists. What made you decide to pursue a career in artist management?
All right, it's not a one-shot thing in terms of what made me choose that task. It's basically knowing my purpose, and as a light worker, we live to be the example of others in terms of we lead by example. And starting out in the industry, as Auntie Elise said earlier, based on Dandan, which return in the afterlife now, my guardian angel. You know, we always aim to do our best in everything, and respectfully, based on the opportunity which I've seen a lot of talent here and outside Jamaica really would like to get that breakthrough, you see what I mean? And for me to create that space, you know, to help create mindset, I think that was one of the gifts which could actually give back, you see what I mean? So currently I also manage Runkus, you know, alongside Paula, which is my co-manager, you see what I mean? So it's a good energy, so it's not a personal choice, it's a calling from the Almighty, I would say.
Right. It was interesting that you said that, and I'm sure it's also a calling from the community, because you are in a space that's thickly populated, which is Portmore, and I'm sure having an additional studio in a space like that is good news for the community.
Very much good news, because I've learned along my journey that difference is what brings success, and in the process what I know with discipline based, and it was easy for me where discipline is concerned, because as you know, Dan, you're going to hear him name a lot in this because he's a part of the journey and still a part of the journey. So discipline was our main target in terms of how we apply ourselves, and most people would look at us different because they feel like, say, boy, that's the hard way to go about it, but it feels good, and being in your own self, speak from your own mind, it helps create that mindset, and people just fall in place. And I must tell you, I'm blessed to really have a lot of different talent, who renowned talent as well, just as upcoming talent, to visit our space in Portmore there, and everyone, no matter how them behave unruly, them come and them show respect there.
I'm happy that you said so, I'm happy that you said so, and I never asked the question, Portmore, we never ask him how him deal with the unruly people them ready there, me don't ask him.
Them, everyone respect what SMARTKID stand for, and I say this to make it clear that it's okay to be yourself. People will appreciate you for what you really stand for. And when you stand for something, that doesn't mean because the world don't appreciate you yet, that mean you're going to go against that. You understand? So that is where faith chips in. And, as Dan Vice would always say, boy, Currie, you know, say, I fool them people that take fires.
Dan is actually my son.
Yes,
who had a birthday yesterday. But he's not here in the physical flesh anymore. But he's, them call that young man name so often that is, they really help me to keep his memory alive.
It is.
So, I tell you, let me tell you how, life goes on and death is just not a reality. Currie's here talking about Dan. And can I tell you that I had a dream the other day.
Yeah.
Just before his birthday. And he dreamt me wearing braces. And I'm like, Dan, braces?
Yeah, auntie.
But can I, life is just so interesting. Because here is his friend now sitting beside me wearing braces.
Yeah, man, that's how we do it, man. We're up the thing.
And I'm like, that's where this is coming from.
I mean, as you said that, where Dan is concerned, to each and everyone who know Dan and do get a chance to meet him physically, personally, in school, it was always an amazing journey in terms of who come across the relationship that we share as a brother, you know, because people use us as example because things that we normally do in school, you know, that's something I personally wouldn't trade, you see what I mean? And going through the process of school, I can remember a particular incident which when I passed my exam for stats personally, big up stats massive, Lutan Fyah, large up yourself too, you know. You know, me never know some pass, for tell you the truth, because normally, you know, your thing come out in a paper and them things. So when me reach back at school now, which is new day, all age, you know, it's like, teacher say, what you do ya? You pass exam. So me, I say, me pass exam. Yeah, you know. So me have a cousin now where, you know, R.I.P. to him, say me, you know, go to big up yourself, you know, he's a police officer, him lose him life, say me too, and everything, you see what I mean, but the truth is, go to is a man full of drama, when go to attack, oh, pass exam, when the computer see your paper, chew it up, so, the most stirring from there, but long and a short tweet is like, in school, I must say, yo, what you do ya? September morning, everybody gone a new school. Me return to my old school and teacher say, I say, me not believe some pass, man, because me not see my name on paper. Long on a short tweet, you know, she bring me to the principal office and she say, good pass I get. So same time, you know, phone and them thing never too popular. So me stay and go at the phone box and call home, collect and say, uncle, me pass exam. I say, what you say you pass? I say, which school you pass? I say, stats. So same time now, I make my way home and the following days, like, it's a different journey for me there because, you know, most of the things I personally have to take on for myself and, you know, saying that to make it clear, my auntie wasn't foreign at the time because she's like a mother to me, see what I mean? So, uncle just bring me to the school and say, yeah, so it's school there now. You understand? So if you sign up the paper and them stuff that me have to go through all of them process there. But going through that process, that's the time when I actually meet Dan physically. You understand? But I learned that our brothership and friendship, or whatever terms you want to call it, was long before that. It was even before I born. Because the name Dan given to Dan, none of my family up to today, I never recall call me by my given name, which is Omar. It's Dan them call me. You understand? Right throughout. So it's like to see the old vibration in terms of how the Dan and the Dan come about, and you know, so we're there in school and we meet and you know we use a little nodded style, like I don't know Dan, you know him, I look for you and he look down and him nod and you know who was there and you know sorting out the paperworks, and in the process of that, you know, I must say I always and will always appreciate love Dan because he is more than a friend. He's everything that you could ask for in a genuine friend where loyalty is concerned, and that is why today I'm here just to show the world that it's okay to have true friends, to have true brothers. And we can talk much more about Dan, but you know how that energy there goes.
I tell you, can you
it's
imagine?
Energy.
Can you imagine if him talks about Dan, and can you imagine when them put me through because them time them about 14, 15.
Yes, man. Yes,
tell you, say,
yes,
whoa.
Yes, man. Let me tell you, man. Dan, I mean,
everything Dan get.
Yeah,
Dan say, Mommy, I want for Currie.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I tell you, even all right. You see the movements. In terms of the music now. I mean, personally, in school, you know, Dan always loved the sound system. And you see, Killa Manjaro, big up on yourself. Even though there wasn't my favorite, still in no disrespect, you understand? But Killa Manjaro was Dan favorite. I mean, I said, be so this year, I might think, you know, Dan. And that's how we stay. So we used to normally get the cassette and most of your money we get Dan. But we do with the money. We got kgs and we buy equipment until we decide, say, not disrespect to no one. It's not bad to work for no one, but from an earlier stage we decide so we're not gonna work for nobody, and you know, we make it clear and we work it out. And we used to have this virgin, you know, I'm not gonna call his name on the here, you know, and we used to follow him in terms of like him used to come school and you know, big man for us still. But it's like we look to him and it's like me, I said, Dan, you know, see we can't look up to this man Dan and say yes because he can't read, you know. So Dan face see that, you know, for him thing. I say, yeah man. So I say at least we have to sharpen up on we thing, you know, and we stay up and in the process going through, you know, the whole energy and everything going and going is like, you know, Dan say, right, here what going on now. This is where I go, because at one point at my home, you know, what you would call tough love. You understand? Them start show me more of that because them want to be in control. But true, we speak from our own mind, our free spirit. You see what I mean? We know, so yeah, this is the energy there, and it's like your money now start use different now, cause I saw your money start spend when you get done now. So we start take it and buy a razor in a school, and you know,
yes,
we start to,
I never remember that.
Yes, so it's like
who was the barber?
Me, man, I me a trim him. I say, yo, so me say me a trim him in a school. I will start collect money, so we see it a work good. And it a work good, and it's like him come on, cause as me say, everybody look at us, you know, because I mean, we are an example in terms of where discipline and respect is concerned, you know.
So, poor God, you realize where that start come from.
Man,
that start actually really did come from 2 or 3 youths of age 14 who always used to say, them not work for nobody, and any little money where them get. I remember being in New York, in Connecticut once, and we are shopped with them time. Remember the boombox? And him want a boombox, and at the same time, him have me up and down and look for a shear for cut people here. Anyway, moving right along. Moving right along. So let me ask you this about the studio now, though, because if the studio that you have, you used to do your own productions, how you balance the time for people who want to come and do their productions?
All right, you see, as we say, discipline, you have to first identify your purpose and work out, because I personally know everything that I want to do in respect of my time. I first be in control of that. You see what I mean? So even today, if me get up and we say we have this interview, you know, I have a list and I have a time, and I say, okay, yeah, because I realize consistency is what make the dream work, you understand? So balancing time, you know, that's how the bills pay in different angles, because we partake in different projects as well too, you see what I mean? So it's not like my studio is a studio where you would find a lot of people running, because the bag of yard something the full of man. Me not dig that, because we know how that spirit something they go, you understand? And I realize you get more work done when time you have less people just walk in and that, you understand? So it's very flexible for me in terms of how I manage my time, because I first mastered that, and that was from in school where we and Dan know. So I know flicker thing we have a juggle when we go to school, Dan. So all these things, you know.
Look here now. All right. So this project Prosperity is not a new project. Or should I say, it's not your first project. You had a project before. So briefly tell us about that project that you had before, and then we talk about this project here now, Prosperity.
All right. In respect of previous project before, we work on Life Rhythm, and we work of Set It Off Rhythm, and also a project called Success of Discipline. So I mean, and you know, it's a very good vibration in terms of the energy that we put out, because we know word sound is power, you know, and the universe respond rapidly. So in respect of this project now, it's a project that, you know, we say 10 songs that turn dreams into reality, because as we said, our aim is to identify what give people the solution towards everything which is currently going on in the world now, you see what I mean? And as we say, word sound is power. So the word prosperity, just to repeat the title, you know, you should actually speak prosperity in your life, because word sound, that's what it is, on the vibration. So currently this project now, it's available on all major download site and streaming platform. In addition to that, it's also available on our website, and we have some beautiful merch there, you know, from all age kids, etc., you name it, there on our website, which is www.smartkidsrecords.com. And you know, just to list few of the tracks there, you know, it features Tarrus Riley with Earthquake, Earthshake, and big up to Tarrus Riley and his entire team, because when they came to the studio, they show real respect and genuine respect, because even in the decision when I want to do the remaster for discipline songs that Runkus originally done, big up Runkus, my brother, you know, where they see, I mean, because he's more than a friend as well too, because we work close on this project in terms of engineering and everything. So big up yourself, Runkus, yeah. And in addition to Tarrus, as I said, you know, him never does record a song and that's what I really love about the movement, including Sizzla. Sizzla never just record a slang. Sizzla say, "Oh, smart kid, we're gonna crank again." You understand? so
Have you heard any of the songs, Beauregard, from the project?
No, I haven't heard the project.
All right, I started the interview with one of them, and that one was from
Lutan Fyah.
From Lutan Fyah.
I give my best, and I big up yourself, Lutan Fyah. Always I show my love and respect.
But there's a song, Discipline, that Runkus does. You know that one?
Yes.
All right, that's a SMARTKID record production. And he has done that one over with Tarrus Riley.
Tarrus Riley.
So Beauregard, any questions? Your time.
Oh yes, with respect to all the projects that you have done and all the artists that you have worked with, what was your first breakthrough project for you?
All right, that breakthrough project, again, it's all in the mind, and this project called Prosperity, this is the project that we're currently focusing on, and in addition to the previous works that we have done, such as Life Rhythm. As you know, it's a journey, because if you notice, we said Life Rhythm, we said Set It Off, we said Success of Discipline. So, it's a growth, and now we're at Prosperity. So this is what we give the world, and as we say, 10 songs that turn dreams into reality. That's what we want the people them to feel and be prosperity. See what I mean? So in respect the breakthrough project, we don't limit it to as a breakthrough project. You see what I mean? Because we've been doing the work, and as you hear in that song called Evelyn Prayer, that's actually Spider, which is Dandan brother, son in that thing, that's Dandan in that in a saying, so it's movements and getting the work done, while the Almighty order are stepping us. So the breakthrough project, if you in addition, our people out there want to say this is the breakthrough, and
every project is a breakthrough.
Every project is a breakthrough.
It's a stage, it's a phase.
It's a phase.
I hear
so
you.
it's that. I mean.
You remember them something you Beauregard, hold on.
School is over for today.
Look here. Remember saying no, man. Primary school Jamaica, you can't forget we take a break with Suko.
Yeah.
So we're live inside of the Bridge 99 FM studio, and we are joined by Omar SMARTKID Currie, and he is a producer. He's also an artist manager. He is the CEO of SMARTKID Record Recording Studio, and we're talking about his new project Prosperity. And there's no way that we could talk about this new project Prosperity and not include this picture here that I'm going to show you, because this project is just full of ancestral blessing. This is Currie's mom, a picture, the only picture that he has of his mom, and he put it on this Prosperity, the album. We have to mention them kind of things because, is a lot of ancestral blessings on this one. And I want that project bad still in Currie.
Give thanks.
Yes. So let me ask you this one as we wind up. We're kind of winding up now. Yeah. What is it like as a producer in studio with the likes of Sizzla Kalonji, Lutan Fyah, who are experienced artists? What kind of camaraderie is there? If you say to them, I prefer that, and them say no, I want to work out them something there.
All right. For me personally, again, I have to give thanks and give thanks to each and everyone who've been supporting us and respect me for what I stand for. I never once have a problem with an artist in terms of a renowned talent that they don't want me to do the work this way. Everyone respects SMARTKID for what he do, because I always say difference is what brings success. And if you get up and you say, okay, you want to earn big, you cannot do that on $100 work ethic. You see what I mean? You have to put it. So people see the work and people respect the quality time that you spend on things, and people watch how you're being organized. So with that, it opened a chance for them to trust me with their vocal, you see what I mean? And people merge in, and from there, so it was easy for me, you understand? Because respectfully, it doesn't matter how big a talent is. If it just don't right, it just don't right, because I treat everyone with the same respect across the board, whether new talent or a renowned talent. It's just one love for me. So if I'm gonna get up and gonna work on a big artist song, and you know, and I feel like I can give it that 100% plus, you know. That's the same thing I will do for a new talent. So just to answer your question, it's not hard, and people will respect you again for what you stand for. But when you stand for something, you have to make it stand out.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So that's basically it.
Well said.
Yeah, man.
Your time, Beauregard.
And I noticed that you did some work with Jesse Royal, and you worked on his last album, which was Grammy nominated. Tell us about that.
Alright, big up Jesse Royal and his full team. Respectfully, that track, Like It Like That, I have to big up Runkus again, because Runkus is featured on that song, and that's the song which recorded at my studio. And you know everything just happened organic, because it's not like nothing that we mentioned there or you see out there was forced. Everything was in line with the Almighty. So basically, again, we have to just give thanks to how the Almighty order our step, and we have to just be disciplined, because that inner spirit, it speaks to us. So again, large up Jesse Royal, he was just at the studio with Runkus, and for me, as I said, most people would say that running something that we not do that something that you understand, and cause we're free spirit, and everything, as I said, just happen organic, and that's where the whole chemistry begins. And making music with Runkus, it's a joy, you see what I mean? Because Runkus is not just an artist, Runkus is a musician himself, because guitarist, and he's a son of Determined, and so great talent, and definitely is the one that the world need to look out for, you see what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, man.
And of course, he's you heard Currie mention before that his management of Runkus also includes Runkus' mom, Paula.
Yes, Paula Francis.
Paula Francis, that's right. And for the question that Beauregard just asked, for those who want more information, SMARTKID for his production skills on the track Like That by Jesse Royal featuring Runkus has been included as a nominee on the Jesse Royal's Grammy nominated CD Royal. So that's how the accolades come to SMARTKIDs. Finally, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yes, I want to bless up everyone and give thanks, because I'm so gratitude, is one of the sharpest tool anyone could use to carve their success. And so I just want to give thanks to each and everyone who've been supporting us, and I need them to go out and support this project called Prosperity. It's now available on all major download and streaming platform, and also our website. 10 songs that turn dreams into reality. And in addition to that, it's okay to be you understand? And be you, identify your purpose, you see what I mean? And just press gas.
Press gas, you hear that? All right. So I'm loving so many tracks on the entire CD. I know that my producer's favorite track is Evening Prayer, without a doubt. Every time I hear him, they're like, that make me carry on and go on. One of mine too, Lutan Fyah. Very good. Kabaka Pyramid.
Yeah, big up Kabaka,
Kabaka
and his full team, Kabaka and his full team, and big him up, man, because, he passed through the studio and he was like, where Kabaka been coming back, like from way back, you see what I mean? So, the history in music, we used to record at Bebra, because I used to have some talent before that I used to work with, and I normally bring them by the Skibo Avenue there, Yeah, man, big up the full team. But it's just an energy.
And of course, I'm going to seal up the interview with Sizzla Kalonji.
Yeah, definitely.
I particularly love the Sizzla Kalonji.
Definitely.
I love the words. I love let me tell you what I love about it. You got a side of Sizzla Kalonji that a lot of producers don't get.
Definitely. And I think that you see when Sizzla doing this song first, it wasn't a one shot thing, as how people would say, and we cannot mention Leaders John, don't mention Fiona, because she was there in the process. And again, we have to big up Runkus, because after having these songs, like, to everyone it was okay, and it's like I say, no, something missing, and I still need to hear the arms. And I reach out to Larak, big up yourself, Larak, you see what I mean? Larak is the one who played the flute also in Discipline, you see what I mean? And I reach out to him, him play for the Marleys them as well too, so. And him never hesitate, and him say, I'm in Florida, and give me some time, and I think him gonna take like maybe 1 month or two, in less than 2 days. Nice. Saying it, and so the energy was good, and as I said, Sizzla feel excited about it, and may I say, man. And sing, and
big tune,
big
nice
tune. And everybody, it's now available on his Vivo as well too. and the organic view is right.
So,
yeah.
are you going to get a copy now? We'll be streaming live, right? So the
Yeah.
whole of the tri-state listening.
Yes, definitely.
So how we going to get a copy? Me know you're going to work out how you're going to get copy to the other selectors, but my concern is Beauregard. Or you
Yeah.
going to get a copy to Beauregard?
All right. It's easy because the physical copy, I personally can ship the copy to him, you know, see what I mean? Because, you know, it's an honor to actually be on this interview. So, you know, being a part of this journey, it's a movement, son. Beauregard there, you know. I'm happy that you joined this movement to help create mindset. So we can actually get the information and we can actually ship, you know.
Or you can email, you know.
Yeah, definitely we can. Yeah, if you're dealing with the physical CD or you want the email, we can.
Yes,
we
I'd
can
also
ship.
love a copy of the physical.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of
but in the
cover and the way you do it.
in the process, we can do the email, so I can get the email and I can share the full album with you there. And you know, also my nana is on the 3-card cover too there. You know, that's my grandma too, you know.
All right,
Yeah.
so we're running out of time. We had a lovely time talking to you, Smart Kids. Want to bless up the entire Portmore.
Yeah.
I know that Smart Kid Record Studio is a hallmark in Portmore.
Yeah.
And the artists love it and them give thanks and all of that. And you're gonna love the Sizzla Beauregard. Trust me, you're gonna love all of them. You don't really want to promote Sizzla alone, like say, you know what I'm saying? Because you could have your different thing. Because same thing me tell you, say my producer Runkus him say. You understand me?
Yeah, man.
So,
Runkus, you know.
so nice talking to you again, and we look forward to promoting or helping with the promotion of this particular CD.
Give
well
thanks.
done.
Give
and
thanks.
the history and the ancestry really make a difference to the project.
Give
you know.
thanks. Give
Bless up,
thanks.
Omar.
Give thanks. And respect.
So once again, thank you very much, Smart Kid, and of course the new project is called Prosperity. Want to say a big thank you to our guest early this morning, and we're talking about Ashauni Daniel Granville, and we had a wonderful conversation with him. Bless up yourself, Ashauni. Want to say enough respect also, and a big thank you to the staff of the Bridge 99 FM, and I will definitely take Beauregard's advice and put on the seatbelt. Put on, no, look at that, you know, no sense in the Beauregard. Put on the seatbelt for my chocolate cake because I don't want it to splatter out on the floor. All right. Thank you very much, Vaughn, for the orchids. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, Beauregard, it's always a pleasure having you on and talking to you and your listeners. Bless upon yourself from the Irie Jam Radio. Bless up.
Thank you very much, Mama Kelly.
All right. So we do this again, most high willing, on Thursday.
Yes, we will.
All right. Bless up yourself again.